How can someone join your team?
It is currently really limited to students at Cranfield University. I think it's not uncommon for a lot of teams to kind of limit to people geographically nearby. I think if you were somewhere a bit more like in a city, we could probably expand that to people in the city, but we're not. And it's quite difficult for people to get involved and stay engaged when they're not there in person. But anyone at Cranfield, staff or students, can join. We have people, as we mentioned, from all the different courses, even from the School of Management. It's interesting because like the robotics students tend to be more like rover and satellite, whereas aerospace tend to be rockets. So there's a bit of divide there. But anyone can do anything. That's very motivational. The only actual applications you have to do are for kind of the organising roles. So project managers have to apply. In the bigger teams, you have to apply to be a team leader. So I had to apply to be an avionics team lead. But yeah, you just have to be keen about space and to turn up, and people really learn as they go along.
To be honest, to join the CranSEDS EuRoC team, you just need to have motivation and interest to build your own rocket and to learn about rocketry if you don't know anything about it. But at the start, I guess I got quite a lot of messages saying that we don't have rocketry background and this is such a big project. I don't know anything about this stream. We are from chemical engineering. We are from some other management related backgrounds. So these people asked me can we join your team? Can we contribute to it? So there are like various work packages that we have. We have like marketing, we have propulsion, and anywhere you fit your role into, anywhere you want to learn something. So especially like this is a big project and we don't have any knowledge or experience, but everybody come together, everybody studies, starts everything from scratch, studies everything in detail, and you can then apply your knowledge accordingly, like whatever field you like. And students get to pick their own work packages. So it's quite free that they get to choose which work package they want to work into. Talking about STEM, so kind of interesting. So this year, what we are planning is for our rocket, we need a third payload. So we are doing like 3 CanSat payloads. And the third payload that we are doing is an outreach payload. So in June, we collaborating with the startup in Star are designing a workshop for students where we would be talking about some basics of rocketry. We would teach them like somewhat how to build like EuRoC level rockets. And then we would have a small competition wherein groups of students could come together and build CanSat for us that would be launched in Portugal. So a way for students to get involved with us would be designing our payload for us. So I guess that is kind of interesting because last year we did a similar thing where a Bedford school did design our payload. They did a they did a payload called as Candice. It had a lot of sensors in it, and it's a quite fun project to be engaged in.
As they mentioned, like in when you are students from Cranfield or staff member or anything, if you are in Cranfield or around, like you can join the team like without any requirements on what's your knowledge, your experience, because you can learn. And any background is interesting. Like you don't need to be aerospace. You can be like anything, like even finance, like management, media, social stuff. Like that's everything is required, and it's exactly the same in the space industry. Like we don't need only engineers, else it would be engineer. Everything would be designed, but you need like structures. You need management. You need recruitment. You need like community stuff. You need everything. So anyone is welcome, and any skills is welcome, and any skills can be learned. Yeah, so anyone is welcome. And then we grew up together.
We do have 3 rocketry teams. EuRoC's our biggest one. We also have, as Rasika mentioned, the UK Rocket Team, which is aiming to launch to a height of 1 kilometre. And then we also have a team for competition Mach 22, which will be taking last year's rocket, if pretty, and launching it in Scotland. But honestly, the biggest team is the best one to join for people that are new and don't know much about rocketry. It's less specialized. The teams are bigger, so there are more people to kind of help teach you, and there's more to do. Whereas in the small teams, people have very specific roles because you have to specialize more.
I kind of remembered a story. Like, it happened quite recently. We were filming for our video for YouTube. So while filming, one of our teammates, his name is Christian. He is in avionics. So he brought a camera and he started directing us, like how you should, where you should stand, what lighting should be there. So all these aspects, I guess, like the camera, lights, and the filming experience that he was bringing to the team was quite fun. I remember that he did put an iCard for me to mark as an indicator to stand. And I kind of picked it up and he was like, no, you have to stand right at that place. I need to film you exactly at that position. And he was like, I will direct you. Okay. So you can speak about this. You can speak about this. So it's kind of great that he brought that experience to us, because filming is not something that comes in engineering. I guess photography and all is not included, but we do have like Cranfield, like CranSEDS communications team, where they are taking like quite a lot of great pictures. There are like blogging sites, so Cranfield University blog site, which we could contribute into. So I guess there are a lot of roles in the team, not only related to engineering, but you could do like social media. So people who like Instagram. So I kind of did that last year. So I was given the Instagram handle, and I just took pictures of our team everywhere, posting pictures on Instagram, making us famous. So it's kind of fun.
Can someone join or contribute to an online design review?
Somebody is interested in designing the payload, as I mentioned. So I guess that could be done online as well. So basically, you just have to submit your design idea to us. If somebody wants to contribute online, definitely you could join our daily workshop. So some of our workshops you could do, like, it's a hybrid workshop. Some people join online, some people join face to face. So you could join the workshop and contribute to some of the ideas. And I guess to design reviews, we could make a provision where people could get involved. We are planning to have a preliminary design review with our mentors, Ben Jarvis and Russ Strand. So I guess we could come to those design reviews and contribute to it. Following with that, the payload that I was talking about. So we have this amazing payload opportunity where the outreach, outside students could develop our payload, especially students. So I would highly encourage people to participate in that workshop, which would be happening quite soon in June.